Face your fears on this area and give free rein to the present moment. Take a deep breath and let's begin. Welcome to the dark side.
Together, we will make America strong again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Dark side of the bear. Dark side of the bear. Dark side of the bear, what? How you doing? Dark side of the bear, what? What's up, dark side of the bear?
What's up, guys? There we go. Wanted to make sure the mic was working this time. Cause yeah, well, that's always a fun issue, isn't it? Perfect. Why are these not muted? Oh no, they are. I'm tripping. Tripping balls. I forgot I put the headphone in my ear to make sure everybody could hear me, make sure everything was good. Oh my. This guy is just so amazing. Is it just me? I just love this guy.
Believe it or not, an article in SheSaid.com revealed that to help women with low libido get their freak on, their partners will literally pay them in cash money to do the deed. In fact, the research suggests that relationships with women who are paid or treated for having sex with their partners are more successful in the long term than couples who have mercy sex, where a woman just gets it on to keep her man happy. So, ladies, should a man say next if his lady...
That is just sad. Is that a thing? Is that really a thing? Oh, that's kind of sad, man. That just, wow, that just makes me sad, dude. Like, damn. That's just sad.
Prostitution is getting paid for sex.
I never say all because there are always outliers, but I will say damn near close to all women get paid for sex. Whether that's through direct cash money like a prostitute does, or it could be in the form of free food, free rent, free car, free phone bill, free whatever the hell she wants in exchange for sex. Promoting the myth that women don't get paid for sex is like promoting the wage gap myth. It's so overused, and
I mean, what if the woman, I mean, God forbid, has to work and stuff, like, I don't know, like, I've pretty much paid for more shit. I'm pretty sure I've put more money. I'm not trying to compare here, because I don't really care. Money is not a thing I care deeply about. And I'm willing to throw it at my family. It doesn't bother me none. But, yeah, I'm pretty positive. I've thrown a lot more. But, I mean, I guess they're outliers. I guess that's what he's saying. He's saying they're outliers and whatever. But I guess he's right for the most part. I guess I gotta agree with him for the most part. Because that is the majority. Damn, that's unfortunate.
everybody knows
Damn, is it hard?
It's not true. But I guess promoting that type of dishonesty is the intent behind these types of shows that women watch. And there have been a lot of these shows out there, like Oprah, The View, Tyra Banks, Wendy Williams, The Talk, and now we have The Real. But before I get into it, when I've watched shows like this or clips from shows like this, I'm just reminded of a little one-liner that Stefan Molyneux said in one of his videos.
Even more annoying is a woman talking over a man. My bad.
He said that what you praise is what you become. Now, of course, that can work in a very positive way. When I was younger, around 13 or so, I would always admire people who were very good at reading other people. And a short 15 years later or so, I'm now very good at that. I became what I praised. And on YouTube, I've had a lot of admiration for people who have good editing in their videos. And you can slowly see me working towards that in my own videos. This idea, you become what you praise, can not only be used as a useful tool for determining what...
Panko breadcrumbs? Did you see any in there by chance? Sad.
path
Sad
you should take
face.
in the future,
We'll just use
but it can
regular
also be
breadcrumbs.
a very useful tool.
I mean, you can really use any breadcrumbs. I like panko ones for anything like seafood related. If I'm gonna, batter it up, but even just a little bit adding in there for that extra crunch. But I can just do the Italian breadcrumbs, which would match what I'm cooking anyway.
For determining red
That would match
flags.
better anyway.
So if a woman out there is watching one of these trashy daytime talk shows, she is projecting a massive red flag. And here's some of the degenerate behavior that these talk shows promote.
Is it going
Ladies, listen up, because if you think...
Hold up. It was showing offline. Hold on a minute. What the? There we go, okay.
a man's cheating, the key to catching him might be in your pocket right now.
Oh, wow.
According to Forbes, the insanely popular iPhone AirPods, how many of you guys have them?
Oh, I can
yes,
do it.
I
Yeah,
love
I
them. I use them
on the subway all the time.
Okay,
How do
well,
I
they
do
have a
that?
function called Live Listen,
I don't know how to do
where the
that.
microphone of your
Treasure box.
iPhone can transmit live audio back to your paired AirPods, even if you're not in the room.
Wait, write that down. What does that mean? So you can hear what?
Okay, so
Other
pretty much,
conversations in
yes,
the room?
it can
Ladies
turn
are
your phone
insane,
on to
bro.
live,
What's up,
and you can
Marla?
walk out of the room and have your AirPods in. You can have an AirPod in, and you can listen to what everybody in the room is talking about. If they're having bad conversations about you, and they won't even know that you're listening.
Wow, that's messed
ratchet.
up.
I know.
That's
so,
messed
ladies,
up.
are you gonna give your friend a side eye the next time they forget their iPhone in your house?
I want you to listen to that last part one more time. But not the person who's on camera,
does
the
this
person who speaks
happen?
immediately after her off camera, the one who intro the topic, Adrienne Bailon. Listen to what she has to say one more time.
That's ratchet. I know. So, ladies.
In this little clip and the full
Good
clip that I showed
Lord.
before, you can see the host
I'm just
and
showing
the
you
women
on
in
my
the audience
stuff.
agreeing with how terrible this
Hold on,
behavior
because
is.
I didn't change anything.
But watch
did I?
this.
I love it.
Lord
I love it. I
mercy.
actually, okay.
You
so
love
although
it?
this is technically like a new function that people are
Wow.
recognizing,
This
I've been doing this for
lady.
years.
What? What do you mean?
So there's something called
Wow.
voice memo on your phone.
Yeah.
And you literally can put it on voice memo, lock the phone.
This lady is insane. This lady is insane. That is such an invasion of privacy. I can't even. Wow.
Put it down, walk out the room, let y'all talk about me, walk back in, play it back outside the room, listen to what y'all said, walk in and be like, so Tam, would you ever say that, like, sometimes I can talk a lot? Like, would you ever say that?
Adrienne Bailon, the woman who was just talking,
She
agreed
is insane.
that she thought the behavior was, quote, ratchet. However, she says that she loves eavesdropping
How do I
on her
forget?
friends by recording them with her phone.
You know what?
Now, let me
Is it-
just
can
give
I
you
not
some
do it
perspective on the
phone? Maybe
statement
that's
that
what it
Adrienne
is.
just made.
Hold up.
The real is
Hold up, my bad, y'all. You know what? That's what's weird about having this over here. I guess there's a reason I had it over there. But yeah, I think the lighting's better this way. But let's go. I forgot to put... Oh my Jesus. Out here, though, my computer, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's that cord or what it is. Edit. There we go. Dude, I gotta... Maybe it's a virus or something. I don't know. Oh, whoops. Gosh darn it. I closed the whole dang thing out. Damn it. You know, I think I might do a system restore after this, because what the... Really? Really? Amazing. Okay. Sweet. There we go. That's all I wanted to do. Like that. This is amazing. Holy crap.
It's recorded in Burbank,
How long
California.
ago is this? This is an old video too, isn't it? Yeah, damn. How did I miss this? This is incredible.
In California, it is illegal to record somebody without their consent. This is why when you get a customer service phone call, it says, this call may be monitored or recorded for quality assurance purposes. This is why on a camera, you have a red light that stays on while you're recording. This is to notify people that they are being recorded. Even when you walk into buildings, they have to post a sign that says you are being recorded. And in my understanding, the only time it is not illegal to record somebody without their consent is when they're in public. And what Adrian has done on this show is encourage people to commit a crime. Congratulations. Not only did you admit to committing a crime on TV, but you also encouraged your audience to commit that crime and then gave them explicit details on how to do so. And all those women on the audience and all the women in the panel
you can totally do that in Texas. But there are other states that you can do it.
Shaking their head saying, that's ratchet, or I would never do that.
Yeah,
you must be joking if you expect us to believe you. And not only is this behavior illegal, at least in California, it's also highly immoral. You have a right to withhold information about you. In fact,
really cook much. They were pretty much cooked, so I mean, we ate some of them, obviously, but they're pretty much cooked. So it's just heating that
it's
up,
a constitutional right called the Fifth Amendment. You might even refer to the idea of that information as private property. And private property is one of the founding principles behind the success of the West.
Right?
I get to keep what's mine, and you get to keep what's yours.
That's right.
Well, outside of taxation, but that's for a different video. So when a woman eavesdrops, when she looks through your phone without you knowing, or when she records you without your knowing, she is being abusive because she has taken away your right to withhold information. Everybody has the right to keep things secret. Everybody has the right to not talk about things they don't want to talk about. And this is clearly something that most people believe because most people are uncomfortable with the idea of Amazon or Google or their phones recording things they have to say. I bet that Adrienne Bailon, who loves recording her friends and loves recording her husband without their consent, would hate if that was done to her. On to the next show. And I know it seems like I keep repeating this topic over and over ad nauseum, but understand this is something that's really important. It bothers me to no end how much women publicly praise the abuse of children. Why is this important? Well, what is one of the primary reasons that men engage in relationships and marriages with women? It's because they want children. So when women watch shows or participate in shows where they praise single motherhood, where they praise abortion, where they praise a single mother who causes gender dysphoria in her child because she won't use him or her pronouns, or she puts the child on hormone blockers because she believes he or she is in the wrong body. Any woman who would clap to this or cry along and get all emotional over stories like this is showing you some major red flags. What you praise is what you become, and if you're praising single mothers, well, I think you have your answer. And speaking of the abuse that single mothers levy on their children, we have another fantastic example from a wonderful talk show by Kelly Clarkson.
So you have something you want to say to Manny?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that you're a really huge inspiration, and I saw you at a meet and greet, and sadly I didn't have enough time to tell you how much you meant to me. But when I came out at 12, I always knew I was a little different because I was into makeup and girly things. And I watched your videos to help me feel better in my skin because I felt like you made
Bro,
me
that
feel
gave me
better
the
that I couldn't be a
creeps.
boy in makeup.
That's straight up.
I think that what that means, though, as well, Manny, is we're progressing.
Oh, and I was saying, oh my god, does that give you the creeps? Oh my god. That's so terrible. This is the type of shit that I'm like, oh god, no.
We're progressing as a society to where he feels comfortable. He's like, yeah, I'm 12 years old and I'm gay. That's a really cool thing in our society. You feel comfortable and you feel confident, especially with this mama bear right here who loves you either way.
No, Kelly, this is not a good thing. Because being gay, lesbian, bisexual, or transgender, or any other things that are on the spectrum is sexually deviant behavior. It's behavior that deviates from the norm. I know the leftists want you to think that gay people are 80% of society, but that's not the case. Over 95% of people are cisgendered and heterosexual. So if you're going to deviate from the overwhelming majority, you better be very careful about that.
Let me pause that shit. Hold on. Let me get my damn apron, damn it. All right. Anyways, let's hold on. Let's go back to that because I want to look up what it is now. Because this is like a couple years ago. For identified as LGBT. How many? Okay, using data from the Youth Risk Behavior Surveillance Survey. Say that 5 times fast, Jesus. This study estimates the number of LGBT youth in the U.S. and by state. Cisgender, oh my god. The estimate represents 9.5% of the population for the youth, but I mean, what is this? Increase 60%? Oh my Jesus. Who identify. That's scary. It says Gallup finds increase of 60% between 2012 and 2020 of adults who identify as LGBTQ in reflection of the way society is changing. My Jesus. So a record 5.6 of American adults, an estimated 18 million identify. So, okay. So yeah, it shows the old number. So wow. It's up a percentage. 1.1%. Jesus. Lord help us all.
People are cisgendered and heterosexual.
Amazing.
So if you're going to deviate from the overwhelming majority, you better be very careful about that. Especially with a 12-year-old child, especially with a child who has barely even started puberty, especially when a lot of children who have this type of deviant behavior, and it's deviant by definition, because not that many people do it, a lot of them change back to normal behavior. Especially with a 12-year-old child, especially with a child who has barely even started puberty. And you have to be careful about this stuff, because a lot of times, kids will...
Like a tablespoon, and I'm going to chop some garlic.
Think they're one way when it turns out they're another way. A lot of kids who have
stick of butter, maybe like 3/4.
Sexual dysphoria, you know, boys who think they're girls or girls who think they're boys, change their minds as they grow older. So telling a young 12-year-old that he should be publicly declaring that he's gay and that means he's going to be gay for the rest of his life, otherwise he's a traitor, is not good for him. Because 4 years down the road when he's 16 or 17, he might think differently. Now, he might not, but why would you need him to declare that at such a young age on television? Well, I'll tell you why. Because there's something that the radical left doesn't want you to know. Now, they will insist to absolutely no end that anybody who is gay because they were born that way. And yes, that's partially true. I believe some people were born gay. However, there's another way that people become gay, and that is through sexual abuse during childhood. And that might also be through heavy suggestion that sexually deviant behavior is completely normal to young children. I mean, these days, how many children are coming out as transgendered? Was that even a thing 10 years ago? No. And I mention this because I have a suspicion here. But let me play this clip first.
It was hard being a single mom. And when I first had 2 boys, you know, his older brother is rough and tumble. And when Junior came along, it was different. And we're always close and buddy-buddy, so I thought maybe it's just a phase. Maybe it's because he's always with me. And then I kind of realized, okay, this is here to stay. And I wasn't sure, do I embrace it? What do I do? I wasn't scared that he was gay, but I was scared how people were going to treat my baby.
Absolutely. There's 3 red flags for abuse that I want to point out in this kid's mother. 1, she is morbidly obese. She's massively morbidly obese. When women get that overweight, this is often the case. It may be that when she was very young, too young for it to be appropriate, that she got a lot of attention from older males. Now, if she does not want that attention from older males in adulthood, what she's going to do is eat as much as possible and make herself as unattractive as possible so she doesn't attract that very uncomfortable attention that she got when she was a young child. So that's red flag 1.
Yeah, it is.
Red flag 2 for child molestation or for child abuse in the mother is her really childish voice. When you get abused as a young kid, if you do not get treatment for that abuse, your voice will arrest at the age that you got abused at for the first time. So, if you were abused when you were 6, if you were molested as a 6-year-old, then your voice will stop developing at that 6-year-old age.
Thank God.
So you hear a lot of women who are abused as children who will sound like they're children. They'll sound like they're 6 years old, they'll sound like they're 7 years old, they'll sound like they're 8 years old because they haven't developed past that initial abuse. And this is something that's not their fault, by the way. Well, it's not their fault to a certain extent. If they become adults and they don't get treatment for that, and they have children who they then act out the abuse on because they didn't get treatment for their childhood trauma, then they are completely guilty.
That's true.
Which leads us to red flag number 3. She's a single mother. And this follows the abuse narrative on part of her son because in single mother households, children are 30 times or so more likely to be abused when a man who is not the biological father is in the home.
So, and then when Junior showed me the video of Manny's dad,
oh my God,
it helped me kind of release a little stress because you feel kind of guilty. You know, what did I do? Is this my fault? Did I do something wrong?
Yeah, you did.
And seeing Manny's dad helped me kind of just let some of that go because you're not sure how people are going to think or act or what they're going to do. And I felt maybe like I'm not such a bad person. I'm not a bad mom.
It seems to me like single mothers are always trying to rationalize this, but yes, you are a bad mom. You did not provide both of your kids with a stable household and a biological father. Now, with all these red flags here, I'm not saying that it's a 100% chance this kid was turned gay through abuse. I'm just saying it is very likely he was, though he would have to tell his own story. But if the mother is going to say, it's not my fault and I'm not a bad mom and I have no responsibility here, well, maybe she did. Maybe she put her kid in a situation that was very unfavorable to a child that caused him to choose deviant behavior that, by her own admission, she worries if that is healthy for him or not based on what other people will perceive him as. Wow. But certainly, that's not going to stop the cast or the audience of this show from praising her for her bad behavior.
So I got Italian herbs, the paste Italian herbs like pesto basically. Garlic and butter.
Towards her children.
And can I love say, hats off to you. You have
What's
all
up,
my
biggest
respect
furry?
as
How
a
you?
Mother. That is the
Didn't see you
hardest
there.
thing.
Yeah.
Snuck right in. What's up, love?
I'll say it one last time. What you praise is what you become. Listen to those women clap and cheer when this person says she has respect for a single mother. Give that some thought. Now it's current year in 2019, and we live in a society where people will attack you for literally anything, so I feel like I'm obligated to say this. I have no problem with gay people. I have a gay friend who's a teacher, and he's a really cool guy. What I do have a problem with is them promoting sexuality to young children. And what I do have a problem with is them promoting single motherhood like it's a good thing.
Yep.
But as for this video, I think that's enough. So if you liked it, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, comment and share. If you'd like to support the channel, then you can do so either through PayPal or Subscribestar. Both those links are in the description. Also, if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to my BitChute channel. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.
Bruh, that was amazing. Come on. This thing is driving me nuts. What in the hell is this? No, we're not watching the dog show, y'all. There we go. Oh, this one was pretty interesting. But I wanted to see this guy. I wanted to see this smug. Hashtag smug club.
Breed, down about your damn breed, down, breed, down. Hit breed here, breed wire, down, get breed, down, get breed, down, down, make that breed. Hit breed here, breed down, down, breed, make that breed. Free.
That's right. TurboTax Free Edition is free. Free.
Please not be another commercial. God damn it. How did I know?
Online is a
No.
What we do is we play Fox News 24/7, so everybody thinks we have a gun. I have to say something up front. There's been some concerns about my comedy, and I want to reassure the producers and everybody here that I've gotten rid of the jokes that are off color, that are offensive, and may hurt someone. So I want to thank you. You've been a fantastic crowd. Good night, everybody. God, I'm excited to be here. You know, you start out in this business, there are a lot of naysayers and dreambusters going, Bob, you'll never perform across the street from B&H Pharmacy in downtown Provo. I've arrived, baby! Everything goes the way I got planned. I got big plans. I'll be at the Red Lobster in Ogden in no time.
I have a low, too damn.
Red Lobster in Ogden.
All right.
They're not known for their
That's kinda
comedy.
weird. I'm gonna do egg.
It's really their cheesy biscuit. You know, I said that one night. This guy said, it's a cheddar bay biscuit.
The butter and the Italian herbs and the garlic first.
You know, as a comedian.
Oh, here, I better pause that. But yeah, I did the garlic, Italian herbs, and the butter, and put it in there, and then add the egg to kind of get it kind of whipping a little thicker. And then because you don't want it too thick, because it's literally going to be for the batter, put a little bit of milk. I know you can use milk or eggs. I mean, you can do it either way. Doesn't really matter, but that's just how I do it.
And usually you don't get heckled with facts. So that's my hook. If I misspeak, feel free to correct throughout the presentation. I'm so excited to be here. I came here in a rental car, and well, I'm in Idaho. And, well, unlimited miles.
Usually, like I said, I like to use the panko though. I don't have any panko, so we're doing Italian, but it will match. It will match with everything else. So and these are woo. Look at that. Oh, those are good. Oof. Let's get that oven light on. Hold on. Get that oven light on. Yep, these are looking fantastic. So yeah, these are pretty much done. They're just heating them up at this rate.
That's where they don't charge you for all the miles. So this is weird. My wife gets a letter in the mail today from Bank of America. She called me up to the estate of me. Bank of America thinks I'm dead. So my wife calls up and she gets that customer service agent, and you know they're reading from a script.
Put flour
She says,
too.
"My husband isn't
I'm gonna
dead,"
add
and
flour,
she says, "I'm sorry to
but I'm
hear
gonna put
that."
it in a separate bowl. So I'm gonna have the breadcrumbs and the flour in a separate bowl, but I dip it in the egg mix, egg wash, then the flour, and then the breadcrumbs, and that just kind of makes it to where it gets fully breaded. Because some of the times the breadcrumbs don't stick right, so you want to have it coated all the way. You add flour. Oh, I'm finishing up. That's why it's part 2, because it's finishing up. I wanted to add the shrimp. I didn't show you all the shrimp part, so I'm adding shrimp to it. And then I have to bring my boyfriend lunch again.
Of course,
so
my
I'm
wife
just gonna
says,
bring
"You,
him
what about
some."
me?" And
He'll
now
be
they're
happy.
having lunch on Tuesday.
He loves the meatballs.
So I live in Los Angeles. Anybody from LA? Yeah, a lot of transplants.
I suck in the morning.
Interesting thing.
It
now,
takes me
by
a
the
while
way,
to get
can
going.
I just say, nothing screams a midlife crisis like a goatee and nipple rings. I'm kidding. I don't have a goatee. Anyway. Oh, you got that one, huh? Yeah. That was a process of elimination joke.
What in the earth did these kids do to my bag of flour?
LA's changing.
It's
the
like,
demographics
what
are
in the
changing
hell?
for 4th of July. My wife and I, we actually went to the store to get some apple pie and hot dogs, and it was in the ethnic food section.
Don't do this, really? Sheesh, Sharon. It's fine. I'm messing with you, dude. It's just like, look like someone took
Have
a
a lot
bite
of
out of it.
immigration rallies. I love it when an undocumented worker holds up a sign saying, "Not my president," because I'm thinking technically they're right. Who got hurt on that? Come on, just laugh, people. lot of crime where I live. I live in the Valley of Los Angeles, and a lot of crime. I used to be able to actually put the key to the front door under the mat on the porch. Now Matt's a homeless guy living there. But we did get a new security system. What we do is we play Fox News 24/7, so everybody thinks we have a gun.
That's kind of sad, though.
You think I'm kidding, but the neighbors watch MSNBC, been robbed 4 times. It's just image. How you doing, sir? What's your name? Scott. And what do you do for a living, Scott? Mortgage broker. You look sad.
Oh.
The rates are going down, aren't they, Scotty?
Since I'm low on that one, I'm going to use that
I bought my house in LA at the height of the market in 2005. And you know what I do for Halloween? I hand out negative equity to the kids.
Backup Parmesan.
Here's your grand, pay it off. Trick.
Actually, no, what? I might put it with the flour.
It's bad. I'm hosting a show on A&E now. It's called Flip Off This House. In those 2 jokes, my equity is still have not come back. I'm going to be telling some jokes a little later on. What's your name? Adam, nice to meet you. You're having is that your lovely wife? Don't even have to look. She's always there, isn't she, Adam? Yeah, luckily? Why? Because you screw up a lot, Adam? Is that it?
Thank you.
Do you want to talk to the group? What do you do for a living?
I mean...
I love it. Oh, you're from Idaho.
Ooh, that sounds good. Sunday gravy on all day. Ooh, oh my lord.
I bet you said that to all the guys.
Oso buco. Ooh, getting fancy. Look at you, fancy. With your pine nuts. Amazing, TCBB.
Been everywhere lately. I was just in Jackpot, Nevada. Who's heard of Jackpot, Nevada? Yeah. Well, let me paint a picture for the folks that may not have heard of Jackpot. It's on the edge of Idaho. It's a casino town, 3 casinos, general store, post office, trailer park.
Again, because it's gonna.
So I'm walking through the casino, and an older gentleman at the penny slot looked up and said, "Hey, Bob Zaney, what's the joke of the day?" I said, "You're a winner." Because I'm a people person. I love people. No, I truly believe without people we wouldn't even be here. Did I lose you on that one? I met the overachiever guy. He looked exhausted. I said, "Sir, you should get some sleep." He said, "I'll sleep when I die." I said, "Why don't you go to bed early?" Because then he would be dead. It's logic. I had a woman come up to me and she said, "I have 15 cats." I said, "Wow, I have 1. She said, "What's it called?" I said, "Normal." I'm sorry, a lot of cat hoarders in the back area over there. I had this other lady come up to me. She said, "I thought you were very funny in the beginning, but at the end, I did not like you." I said, "Wow, that's so weird. You know, I saw you walking over. I thought you were so pretty. Now, not so much."
You know?
Because opinions hurt.
It just looks pretty,
I was in Vegas, and I'm walking on the strip, and I saw a penny face down. I'll pick it up. To me, it's cash. Yeah. Drunk homeless guy saw the whole thing. "Hey, that's bad luck." I said, "I guess you'd know." He would know about bad luck. I just said in Reno. Has anybody been to Reno lately? I did 10 straight nights in Reno. Now I know why Johnny Cash shot a man just to watch him die.
Keep them in there too long, though. It'll take up too much of the moisture. Since I'm reheating them, unfortunately, they're much better fresh, obviously. But that's okay. It still works. Aw, man. My burnt cheese. I'm sad I lost it. I actually fucking love... Oh my god, TCBB, try this. I forgot to tell you. Burnt cheese chips. I know it sounds weird, but it's so fucking good. Holy crap, are they good. But it's legit, just like get like... You can even get those marinara kind of like patties almost that you put on pizza and whatever. Or you can put them on whatever, but they put them on pizza. Throw those in the oven. You know, throw a little bit of seasoning on them, you know. And just let them crisp over. So forget about it. Oh, that reminds me. I was going to put on that one comedian. Because we didn't listen to him all the way. I think someone came on, and I want to play him again. Because it is really funny. It is a really funny bit. I think we missed out on it last time. Oh, that's pretty good, right?
Very busy day. I went to KFC. I had 12 pieces of chicken because it's always been on my bucket list.
Oh, it's so good. I know. See, it's just something. I think it's something that I came up with because I thought about it. You know, remember when they were having that contest with Lay's? And, like, they were like, create a chip or whatever. And I was just like, burnt cheese chips. I mean, they don't sound good, but they really are. But add some bacon to that bitch. Woo, it'd be so good. But they really are. I swear to Jesus, swear up and down. They are really good. Oh, good idea, TCBB. Great idea. I will do that. Actually. Great idea. Because, yeah, I kind of just run through it really quickly. I know. I'll get better about it. But, yeah, good idea. I will do that. That way the recipe's there. Because I'm pretty sure I got it down to those measurements and stuff, or what it would be an estimated measurement. Because I don't really measure much, as you've noticed. I just kind of throw handfuls of this, pinches of that. But yeah, these are, they're good. But yeah, I really love those peppers, like those mixed pepper things though. Where it's like orange peppers, red peppers, yellow peppers. Some of my favorites.
I went to an antique store, Sears. They're starting to go away.
You were coming in the kitchen, weren't you?
Don't I look like an insurance salesman who hasn't sold a policy in about 5 years? And they're just keeping me around for the white guy quota?
Come here, come say hi. Come say hi to everybody.
I did go shopping at Forever 51.
You say hello? Say hello. Say hello.
I'm sorry, are these jokes too sophisticated?
Are you not gonna do it? Oh, you being shy.
Busy, you guys have been everywhere lately. By the way, you just happen to be there. What's your name, sir? Jason. Give Jason a big round of applause. Thank you, Jason.
I'm like a boy. Usually he'll say hi.
You're a
he
good
does
guy.
like
You
this
know why,
T-Rex
Jason? You never
thing.
gave me
It's
the
so
look.
cute.
I got a gun out in the truck.
Yeah. Can you say hi? Can you say hi?
I've done those shows. Shreveport, Louisiana.
Yep, there we go. Well, that's something.
A guy in the audience yelled, "Are you a Yankee?"
High five.
And I never thought about it. I was born and raised in Los Angeles, so I said, well, no, I guess I'm a Mexican.
Good boy.
Do not a poquito español.
Aaron, can you give
Muchos
him a treat,
gracias, mi
please?
amigos. Mantequilla.
Aaron.
I just said butter.
Aaron, can you give him a treat, please?
It's prettier, isn't it?
Thank you.
I dabble in the languages. You know,
Please, they're
arigato.
over there.
Arigato in Japanese means thank you. And arigato in Espanol means my cat name is Ari.
All right,
Thank you. It was the cat joke you wanted to hear again. A variation. I like asking people what their names are. Jason, that's a great name. I had this guy, and I actually had this lady. I said, "What's your name?" She said, "Chantel." I said, "No, please do." I had another guy, he said his name was Corey. I said, "Corey?" He said, "Yeah, but with a K." I said, "I'm sorry, I pronounced it with a C."
Need more room, damn it. All right, I'm just going to...
They're both sound...
Thanks, take care of business, Bear.
You know, a lot of people are doing now, they're naming their kids after cities they were
Yeah,
conceived
he does
in.
look like
This is
Al
why you've
Bundy,
met kids
doesn't
named
he?
like Dallas and Austin.
That's too
My
funny.
uncle did
That's
something
Al
similar. You should meet my cousins, truck stop, Ferris wheel, and prison. Now, Ferris wheel suffers from vertigo. Well, this is actually a smart crowd. I'm very impressed. What do you do for a living, Jason?
Okay. I'm doing the shallow pan. Just because they are small for the jumbo shrimp, I did the bigger pan, but these are small ones. Ooh, I probably... Are they already... Oh yeah, they already took the veins out. Sweet, they already took the veins out and everything. And I leave the shells on. Everybody knows by now just to bite them off, but I like leaving the shells on. For A, it is prettier, and B, I don't know, I feel like it holds in some of the flavor and just kind of grabbing it. And I set them on top anyway. They go on top with the meatballs, so they just sit pretty anyway. But I might fillet them a little bit more, because I would like them to be able to stand. Eesh. Clear off my knife there. Some random bit of garlic right here. All right.
And how long have you been a politician?
I think so. What?
Come on, people, yeah.
I need to get the notifications for those.
You know what I am doing right now that I'm very excited about? I'm going to thrift stores and I'm buying stuff, and I would love to report what I got at the thrift store. Would you like to see what I got at the Goodwill?
Ooh, I do both TCBB. It just kind of depends on my timeline. Like, if I'm in a rush, like, I'll throw them in the olive oil. But I kind of do a little bit of both anyway, because I usually roll them in, like, a oil but when I put them in the oven. So no matter what, they have oil on the baking sheet, and they're kind of oiled up into the oven, and I throw Parmesan, a little bit of Parmesan on top to crust over it to help kind of brown it, and pepper. Pepper always looks nice. Like, that's like a Bobby Flay technique, and I've used it forever. Like, I saw that Bobby Flay do it once, and he just, like, he did it with hamburger. And he did, like, ground pepper, a coat of black pepper, like, all over it with the olive oil and Parmesan, and so good. So good. So I've been using that technique ever since, and it really does help to brown it. I was just using ground beef. I just used ground beef and then bacon, of course. Bacon.
Great stuff there, man.
Oh, also the bacon grease as well.
Dropping it, you can't believe. A lot of old games at the Goodwill. I got this. This is Probe. Yeah.
I would
Parker Brothers put this out in 1965, and I did my due diligence, and that's all that's in there. In the game of Probe. Well, games were simpler back then. I love America. I'm a true American. In fact, I had to buy this. It's a boxing glove. Isn't that cool? And it says right there, made in Pakistan.
Beef, veal, and pork. That's good. That actually sounds really good. Oh, you know what? I have used venison too. That was pretty cool. We got some venison randomly. And I mean, it was actually pretty good. I mean, it tastes similar. It looks similar to ground beef, and it tastes similar too. Here, let me show you. Here, I have some actually. Of course, in South Dakota, you'd get fucking venison. See, it's just like a ground beef, but it is actually pretty good. Pretty good. It's different. It's interesting. It was different. It was something new to me. I was down to try it though. You know, I'm never going to shy away from anything.
Oh, you know what they have there that I really love? A lot of arts and crafts. People make these arts and crafts. You look like an arts and crafter, are you, Jason? You have a little shop.
Okay, and I'm going to heat this up.
This is really cool. Someone made this. An aunt is like a mom, but cooler.
Popping like crazy right away.
Isn't that neat? And on the back it says an uncle is like a dad, but creepier. Look what I got for you, Jason. It's a participation trophy. Thanks for just showing up.
All right. I'm going to start breading these things.
What was that? I'm sorry?
Need more room here.
What is your name, young man?
Trying to get it.
Will, how old are you? 13. Let me teach you something real quick. Life isn't fair, Will. One day you're going to have to leave Provo. I think I handled that well. This is my advice to all of you, especially you, my friend. Look at that. My God, what is your name? Blue? I don't even want to know. It's really none of my business, isn't it? Blue, you look great. You got some great tats you got there. I don't have any tats. I have some moles I should have checked. But my advice from you, Blue, don't ever buy marijuana from the Easter Bunny. Hang on, I want to keep that joke fresh. Can't get any more of this till March.
There we go. Nice and
a lot of great books at the Goodwill. I got this very exciting, the Hillary Clinton biography. And here's the weird part. Look, a lot of the pages are just missing. Look, they're just something.
That's pretty weird.
It's like they've been deleted. I'm not picking sides. In fact, I got this book from 1980, way before you were born, young Will. 1980. John Gardner put this out. Let me go ahead and read the synopsis. A chilling novel, The Ultimate Soviet Takeover. The Last Trump.
I did rinse it, I swear. I did. Yeah, so I'm pouring the water out. I'm trying to kind of squeeze the water off.
This is a great book. Bill
Yeah,
Cosby,
this guy's just pretty
Time
funny.
Flies.
He was sarcastic. I like
Hey,
the
Bill,
smug.
let's see
He's
how 3 to
super
10
smug.
work out.
Okay. Yeah, I don't
Very
know why.
exciting. I got a picture
you
of
know what?
Jesus. This is his
Whatever,
senior
I'm in the
class
habit of washing
photo.
my hands, so not a bad thing,
He
right?
was voted most likely to come back.
All right.
I told that joke in Anago, Wisconsin, and this guy yelled, "You nailed it," and I went, "Whoa." I said, "That's even a line I wouldn't cross." I got this. This is scary. Look, I'm no expert, but if you're taking these many pills in a day, end it now. A lot of VHS tapes at the Goodwill. I love VHS. Some of the kids probably don't even know what it is. This one, Kids Coping with Divorce, and it makes perfect sense. Here's a great one, What Women Want. And you're not going to believe this, it's blank.
What?
Because, guys, we will never know.
Can you come over here real quick and help me
My
fix
favorite
my
athlete
headset,
in the
please?
whole wide world. This is Lance Armstrong.
touch it. My
This
hands
is
are
his
all gross.
performance
I
program
hear
book.
you.
And you know how hard I worked on that joke? I built a hole right there in the book. I inserted the Tic Tacs. I don't have people for that. Your baby can read. It's a DVD.
This guy is too damn funny, man.
I have to lose weight, I know that, and I found something that I think I can finally commit to. This is the 120-year diet. A lot of cheat days. Only 62 years ago. Look, I'm no nutritionist, but let's just say you're 119. Can't you have a cupcake and a vodka?
Right?
Haven't you beaten the odds at that point? I have not read this book.
Serious?
I'm going to, I promise. This is The Woman Who Wouldn't Talk. So I think it's probably fiction. Look at the guy sitting there. I can't laugh at that.
I know, right? I've thought that too, guys.
This book and I are inseparable. We go everywhere to go. It's Codependent No More. I just hope I'm making it happy. What's going to happen later on, you're going to Google a lot of the words and references I'm doing, and you're going to go, wow, he was good. Here's a great attention deficit disorder in adults, and squirrel.
That's me. I'm a freaking squirrel.
I did that one night, and a lady sitting right where you are, ma'am, she turned around to look. And then I thought there was a squirrel. Now, this is a good book for the older guys out here. This is Prostate from A to Z. Now, I've read this twice, still can't pass P. I told that joke in Sarasota, Florida, got a standing ovation. I mean the ones who could stand, but a lot of rascal scooter beeps. Anybody been to Sarasota, Florida? Average age, this is not an exaggeration, 95. And they love me there. And they come up to me after the show and say, when will you be back? And I always kind of like to say, do you think you'll be around? I'm sorry, math joke's going to be a problem? By the way, this is really cool. Jenny Craig came out with this.
Is it going
it's a
twice?
weight that you put on your arm like this, or your wrist, and it helps you burn calories. Jenny Craig. And it works, because I weighed myself with this on. Then I weighed myself when I took it off. I lost 5 pounds like that. Will, you're going to love this book. This is What Poo Can Do. No, I'm not going to open it, or you know what's going to hit. This is kind of cool. This is 6 orange mustaches. And it says right here, for ages 3 and up. Because as we know, a 2-year-old with an orange mustache is just not believable. Maybe you guys could Google the word sarcasm. But here's the whole inspiration for the Goodwill Tour. It's my favorite rapper in the whole wide world. I'm going to mispronounce his name because I am white, but it's 50 Cent, 50, Fitty. Look what they did. They framed his CD. Then you can't write this. Price tag, 50 cents. Do you think they had to have a big meeting at the Goodwill? Well, if we charge $1, it does say 50 cents right there. And we cover that up. They're not going to know it's Curtis Jackson III. Yeah, it turns out Fitty is a stage name. And he claimed bankruptcy. And part of the deal he had to make with the court, he has to change his stage name now to Nickelback. Thank you. Yeah, that's enough. We saw enough in there, right? Yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah. No problem.
It's time to do a little thing I like to call the Zany Report.
This is after this is after like this is the end of the process, but
for the folks who may not know, this is my take on the news. A lot of great things going on in the news, and I like to keep on top of
this was the milk and the butter mixture. Milk, butter, egg mixture.
This
it's
really
kind of thick,
well.
but I like to just kind of marinate the shrimp in it. It's like a pesto shrimp. Honestly, you can cook it like this.
Are you having a good time, Jason?
Just throw it in the pan.
Can you show it?
And then I put it in the flour and Parmesan mixture. And then the last is the Italian breadcrumbs. And then that's when they are kind of, you know, got a good coat on them. Nice,
it's
like
just been a rough 12 months.
I've
lost a lot of dear friends and family members. I have been in so many funerals. Always a pallbearer.
Enough to brown it, get a nice golden brown. Yeah. Oh, I can come over here and do this. All right. There we go.
Everybody mourns differently, okay? News.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about too, was how I was gonna do the camera. It took me a while to even figure out how I could get like a setup to where you can even see what was going on. But I want to get, you know, obviously eventually I'll get something better to where it'll be easier to see. And I was kind of cutting the ends of the ends of the ones that are kind of a little smaller to get them to where those stand up at all. We'll see if they stand, but either way it'll be good. Either way, we can make it pretty. So, just throwing them in the flour mixture, flour Parmesan, which I just kind of whisk together. I like whisking it together. And then throwing them each into the breadcrumbs. I try to kind of pat them off a little bit from the flour, because if you just kind of dump it in there, you're going to dump a bunch of flour. And you kind of want to keep it separate. It does help mix together. And also I throw a little bit of the breading in the oil just to kind of see if it starts popping. When it's starting to get ready, it's starting to get ready.
A new study has found pessimistic men are...
Oh, that's cool. I don't think so, TCBB. I think I've done baking powder. You know, I think I've done a couple recipes like unintentionally, but now that I think about it. But no, that's cool. Yeah, no, I like using the panko ones, those panko breadcrumbs for anything, shrimp related, fish related, anything seafood related, basically. But yeah, the reason I do the wash, the kind of butter wash and buttermilk egg wash, and then the flour, and then that, yes, yeah, it helps it stick together. Because otherwise, yeah, it doesn't stick well. You were right, but that's good to know. I'll throw some. That's a good idea, man. Because I think I've unintentionally done that before, though. So I remember there have been recipes that have called for it, and I just kind of threw it in there, not really thinking about it. I think I've done it at a few restaurants. You know, actually, I'm thinking back, and I'm like, yeah, I think I have. I just didn't think about it. That's awesome. Yeah, because that is good. Great idea.
Are likely to die early.
Great freaking idea. There's like recipes you
the
cook.
Las
You don't
Vegas
even
City
think twice about.
Council has outlawed urination and defecation in public. They said it's been their number 1 and number 2 priority.
Oh man, that's funny. I love that they're just stupid.
Hey, there's a
jokes,
high
too.
suicide
Exactly
rate among
the type of
dentists. How many
jokes I
dentists
do.
are here? See? You seem happy. I don't believe that. Dayline, Alabama, a cougar found at a local motel has been euthanized. Officials are warning women over 50 to stay away from this month.
Oh my God, that's funny. Oh, look, yep,
Dayline, Woodland Hills, California. 6 cars collided into a spilled load of avocados. Luckily, chips are on the scene in minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna start setting them in the pan. I'm gonna do it like in a spiral.
Honda has come out with a lawnmower that can go up to 150 miles per hour. They're very popular with gardeners who have been spotted by ICE agents.
Oh my God. That's pretty funny.
Look, if we don't laugh, we'll just cry. Boise, Idaho.
But yeah, look,
the city recorded its hottest day at 106 degrees,
I like the softness
beating out the
and
old
it really
record of 105 degrees set in 1875. Now, officials, of course, are blaming this on global warming, and in 1875, they blamed it on summer.
Right? Serious.
Summer.
But yeah, I really like how it comes together. It's super soft. It just feels nice. It feels nice too. Feels nice in your
Port
hand.
Charlotte, Florida, a woman says lightning destroyed her septic
really
tank,
does
causing
work
her
well.
toilet
But,
to explode.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the cornstarch thing.
And in
too.
a sign of poetic justice, it also hit the ceiling fan.
Just kind of put it around the thing, you know?
1.5 cups of spinach a day may reduce the risk of stroke. The study went on to say, ga, 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 ga. See, doctor, I don't think that's true. Have you seen Popeye the Sailor?
Right.
It looks like he's had a stroke. Ga, 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 ga.
There we go. Now it's
Dayline,
popping.
Omaha, Nebraska, the fire department wants to charge $400 a pop for helping pick up people who have fallen. Prompting Life Alert to unveil their new slogan, I've fallen and can't afford to get up.
That's pretty. God damn, this
This
guy's
one's for
good.
you, Will, okay? In Florida,
man.
police arrested a man for
My
pouring
hand.
ketchup on his girlfriend while she slept. This is not the first time he's been in trouble with the law. In fact,
Oh,
he's
shit.
an ex-condiment. It takes time for that joke to catch up.
That was
Washington,
good.
D.C., 2
Very
men were
funny.
arrested for shooting an ice cream truck driver. Now, the driver will survive because he was only shot in the drumstick and the Nutty Buddies. Those are 2 ice creams available on
Damn,
a
this
truck.
guy is good. Oh, it's almost over. Okay. I'm gonna leave it then. Just because it's like almost over now. Oh,
Trust me.
pounds. Need pounds. And I need some more flour.
A
and
Connecticut
stuff,
man
so
is
I'm
on
gonna-
parole, was arrested for hiding
Flour,
heroin in
Parmesan
his
mixture.
Bible. Now, he's been charged with possession and leading us into temptation.
I'm gonna leave him there a few minutes actually.
sad note. A 70-year-old Kansas City man robbed a bank because he preferred...
Seasoned flour, egg wash. Seasoned flour, egg wash. No, just one coat. One coat. So it's just the... Well, there's like Italian herbs. There's Italian herbs. This Italian herb mixture. It's kind of like pesto. It's basically a pesto mixture. In with the butter and fresh garlic. That's all in this one. And egg and milk. So I mix all of it together so you get kind of a creamy wash. And it makes it so soft. It really softens it up. And I kind of use it as like a marinade for the shrimp too. And you can cook it like this too, like I was saying before. But then there's flour, just basic flour. Just basic flour and Parmesan mixture. Usually I whisk it together, but I'm kind of just adding it to it real quick. And then basically the Italian breadcrumbs have like the seasoning. I do add some seasoning sometimes, but I didn't this time. I was keeping it simple. You can add seasoning. You can. Actually, I have done that before where I add seasoning to the flour, and it is actually pretty good. I mean, I like to add stuff all the time. See, one of my favorites to use would probably be, let's see, I love my Italian herb style grinder. Got a peppercorn medley one. I've got a parsley one too, but I obviously prefer fresh parsley. Ground white pepper and pink Himalayan salt grinder. Eesh. But yeah, this is a good one I got recently too, bro. Check this out, orange peel. Man, actually, I really like this one. It's actually really fucking good and like so much stuff. But yeah, that's the basic, and you just put it just 1, 2, 3, and then it's done. So you have the wash, flour, breadcrumbs, done. You can do it 2 times, but I usually don't do 2 coats. I usually do like a really light coat. I just like a light one, because the meatballs are pretty heavy, so it's nice to have that nice flaky kind of light with the shrimp.
Than to continue to live with his wife. The sad part, she plans to visit him in prison every day. In cat news, we got some cat people here, obviously. Hollis, New Hampshire, police are on the lookout for someone who abandoned 9 kittens on the side of the road. You may want to come.
Another reason I like to leave the tails on. When you go to flip them, so you don't get the crust on the shrimp, you can get it off the tail. Doesn't matter so much. Oh my, is that him calling? He's calling, isn't it? Oh Jesus, it's almost 5. I didn't realize what time it was. My lord.
When caught, they'll be charged with littering. Bigger laugh had you not go, woo! A new study has found 1 out of 6 smartphones are covered in fecal matter. The other 5 just get crappy reception.
Like, where's my food? It'll be worth the wait.
Dayline, Hollywood, California. A driver hit a deer on the 101 freeway. Police said they knew it was a Hollywood deer because it had a fake
it's
rat.
Just like, honestly, it's kind of like an Asian style. Kind of with the light breading. Kind of like they put in ramen, or they kind of have on salads. It's just kind of that light, flaky shrimp. Oh, I need a plate. I need a plate. You know what? Oh, I should
As we all know, in 2016, Mother Teresa was made a saint.
We should do crab wontons.
You know that, right?
Oh,
But what you don't know, she was traded by the Lions for 2 martyrs to be named later.
To make. And you could teach Aaron how to do the little crimp on them.
Wrong town for this
I can
joke.
do a really good crimp on them. I used to do hundreds of them a day.
Dayline, Denver, Colorado. Police have arrested 50 people and seized more than 23
Exactly. See, you know that tail holds on that flavor. But my kids, they know better. They know to freaking grab the tail. I usually pull them off for them at the end. Like when I'm serving it, I usually kind of pull them off for the kids, but everybody else knows that they're there because I always leave them. Because yeah, the flavor, it holds the flavor. See, he knows, TCBB knows.
Pounds of black tar heroin. Now,
Oh, my
activists
Jesus.
say if it was white tar heroin, this would never have happened.
Ooh,
This
getting
is scary.
brown
An
over
adult
there.
bed bug can live 550 days without eating. Yeah, beating out the Olsen twins by 3 days.
Oh, wow.
In dog news.
But yeah,
Did you
I will
like
put the
doggies? You have a
recipe
dog?
up. I will definitely put
Did you
the
know a
recipe
dog
up.
can make 100 facial expressions, beating out actor Mickey Rourke by 99? He's had a lot of work done. This is a fun fact. A dog can smell if you have cancer. And the really good news, if your dog tells you only have a year to live, it's really 7. Buena Park, California. A man was arrested after he bit the eyebrow off another man during a bar fight. Yeah, they didn't release the name of the victim, but they said you'd know him if you saw him. Queensbury, New York. A woman pleaded guilty to giving, listen to this, Heather, giving her 3 children vodka and marijuana. Now, she told the judge, if I didn't do it, they'd just go out on the streets and get it from grandma. Bridgeport, Connecticut, a 5-year-old brought 50 packets of heroin to school for show and tell.
Nice. Yeah, that's true. That's true, dude. And yeah, the eggshells, that's good though. That's awesome. Damn, I really want to get a house. I'm working hard to really get a house. I'm really working hard. I got my vehicle finally. I got it finally. And literally, y'all did help still. Because I saved. I saved and worked and we got it.
Did not get into trouble because
I can't
he
wait
had
to show
enough
you.
for
I was
everyone.
getting his tires off.
So Sharesies is alive and well. Now, do you remember that movie, 127 Hours? It actually took place in Moab, right? Remember the climber, middle of nowhere, got his arm trapped, cut off his own arm to escape. Now, they asked the real